Welcome to Libra Love Lounge, the show where I read posts on Reddit and give them relationship advice. My name is Eliana Camargo, and let's jump into the first post. What did you choose? Advice on choosing between new love, male 25, and first love, male 24. Hi, I, female 24, haven't written anything in a while, but when I was on here, I would ask for advice on a past toxic relationship I was in for 4 years. It didn't start off toxic, but that's how it ended. Anyway, I'm not interested in that relationship anymore. We broke up last November. He started dating the last girl he cheated on me with. It broke me. I had to go to therapy and had to do a lot of self-work. Fast forward to this September, last November, so it's been like almost a year. I got into a new relationship with this great guy. He's sweet and checks all the boxes for me that a partner should. He's everything I wanted my ex to be. A couple weeks ago, my ex contacted me asking to talk. We spoke on the phone and texted for the next couple days. Ooh, she's texting her ex while she's in a new relationship. Why are you entertaining this guy? He mentioned him and his girlfriend broke up due to his complicated unresolved feelings for me. Of course, he cheats on her to be with this other girl, and then he's fucking up his relationship with this other girl because he has feelings for his ex. Just classic. Classic. He knows I'm in this relationship. We talked about how we should hate each other due to everything we've put each other through, yet somehow can't find it in us to hate each other. Talking to him felt like a relief, like I could finally breathe again. It felt like loving again. I do love my current partner, but this guy was my first love, and we talked about how it isn't the same with other people. Are you sure you love your current partner? I don't think you love your past partner. So many people think that what they have is love in toxic relationships, but it's really attachment. The more toxic the relationship, the more dramatic the attachment can become. It can make your feelings more intense, but love isn't a feeling, it's a state of being. The feeling of love and connection. He's made suggestions about getting back together at one point. I can't lie and said I didn't think about it, but my new partner is healthy and good and safe in their security. I don't have to wake up every day with the anxiety that he might leave me or he might be cheating. Hi, Jerry. Do you want to come join? Oh, God. That was an awkward way. I keep picking her up so awkwardly for these videos. I know with my ex, I don't have that security, but we do have the love and feeling of a twin flame connection. This is not a twin flame connection. I can promise you that. I can fucking promise you that. And what people think is a twin flame connection oftentimes is an excuse to explain a toxic connection and an excuse to stay in a toxic connection because they're like, oh, but we're twin flames, so that's not how it works. I have a previous video I did talking about twin flames and what it means in a spiritual sense, how it differs from a soulmate connection, of which we all have many soulmates in our lives. We don't have just like the one. Many people misconstrue the spiritual concept of twin flames to explain toxic situations, which it sounds like is exactly what she's doing here, because oftentimes toxic situations will make us feel more intensely than what a safe, boring relationship will. That's not a reason to stay with them. You don't need the giant fireworks and explosions to have a good relationship. I think I fear I will never feel that with this new partner or ever again. I don't know if I value loving or being loved more. Well, first off, I think she needs to redefine what love means. So the question is, for those who've been in a similar situation and picked the person who loved you more than you loved them, how was your experience? And the person who picked the soulmate they love more, how is it for you? Do you regret anything? Well, I have not been in a situation like this because I don't pick toxic people. I like to date good guys. I've always been more of a fan of the boring but secure relationship. That's been more my style. And so it seems like she's putting first love on a pedestal. I've seen this a lot on Reddit where people idolize first love, like if it's superior to all other forms of love, which I cannot relate. I do not reminisce and feel that way about my first love. I've had more intense loves since my first love, and that doesn't negate that my first love was still very much love. This girl needs therapy. I mean, everyone on Reddit needs therapy. I would really break down subconscious factors that contribute to our attraction to people and contribute to the feelings and the connection that we feel with people, because the people that we vibe with, it all stems from our subconscious programming. And she probably had a chaotic upbringing by her parents. As we all know, it stems from childhood. I would look into the reasons why you feel more intensely about your ex. But it's a very common phenomena to feel more intensely easily when it's a chaotic relationship, because with low lows comes high highs. And with a stable, actual, healthy, loving relationship, the highs and lows aren't so extreme. It's more in the midline. And so it feels a little bit more boring. And you might not be at the point in your life where you can value the warmth and security and love, the true love, the genuine love that comes with a healthy, stable relationship. Sometimes you gotta go through more shit to realize that you're fed up with the dramatics and that you don't care about the big emotions anymore, because those big emotions aren't gonna last. If you're married for decades and decades, you're not gonna be feeling those intense emotions anymore. You're gonna be relying on what the true love is, the peaceful love. So I would always choose the peaceful love over the dramatic love. Though it's really shitty to your current partner that you're contemplating going back to your ex. You know, I don't think it's necessarily something that he should break up with you over if it's something that y'all can overcome, and if you introspect and realize that you deserve something better and drop your ex, stop talking to him. Still, it's not very nice what you're doing to your current boyfriend by entertaining your ex. Your ex, I mean, how many times did he cheat? She said he started dating the last girl he cheated on me with, so it sounds like he's cheated multiple times. If you go back to him, he's gonna cheat on you again. Like, I can almost guarantee that. Even the girl that he left you for, he then was like emotionally cheating in a sense by still having feelings for his ex, who was you. This isn't gonna be a good relationship. You might have big feelings, but you're also gonna have really big low feelings as well. It sounds like this guy is never happy. He's trying to find happiness in somebody. You know, it sounds like he's always trying to fill this void elsewhere, externally, and he's never gonna find what makes him happy. Like right now, he thinks it's you that's gonna make him happy, and then he's gonna realize, oh, isn't feeling the way that it did when I was longing and missing for her, now that she's actually in my life. Let me go seek that elsewhere. Let me go back to my ex that I cheated on her with. Let me cheat on you with somebody new. Let me do some other stupid shit. It's not gonna last. It's not gonna last. Ask yourself what you think you deserve in a relationship. Like, do you feel like you deserve someone who cheats on you, or do you deserve someone who's stable and secure and faithful? Because that could be your sort of grounding point of affirming to yourself every single day that you deserve a love that is faithful and treats you right. So I have a feeling that things aren't going to last with her current partner, even if she doesn't go back to her ex, because it sounds like there's more growing and healing that she needs to do before she can truly appreciate someone who appreciates her. You know, maybe her forever person isn't her current partner. Maybe it is. Maybe they do last. I hope they do, but also he deserves somebody better than someone who's contemplating going back to their ex. That's my 2 cents. Definitely cut off your ex because you deserve better, and focus less on the intensity of the feelings and more on the peace. Like, I'm just someone who I value peace so much in a relationship that this would be a no-brainer for me. Maybe you're not there yet. Maybe you need to go through some shit some more. Maybe you won't listen to this advice and you'll choose to go back to your ex anyway, and then after some more ups and downs and emotional turmoil, you'll finally value the peace and get to the point where, like, you can't force yourself to want a peaceful relationship. Sometimes you just gotta go through some shit and get emotionally beat up before you're ready for it. So I don't know, girly, but let's see what the comments have to say. Do you really think your ex had a special connection with you if he cheated on you? You're gonna wake up with anxiety and be scared of sleeping in case he does something upsetting. New guy doesn't do the trick. Okay, find another boy that does the trick and maybe won't cheat. Neither guys, because last one will be your demise unless you somehow make it work and get past the cheating and put in 10+ years of effort to fix him, and you're bored of this one and thinking of going back to your ex. It's not fair to him. Yeah. So yeah, nothing stops you from looking again. There's no need to chase someone who cheated. You can easily find someone toxic. So if you're into the twin flame dynamic, then go for it. Oh, that just irks me so freaking badly. People misusing the twin flame label to mean something that it's not. I've got it as accepted at this point. That's what society has redubbed the meaning of twin flames, but it very much is not. Just know it's hard to come by someone respectful and nice. Considering what your ex did, he might have gotten dumped and is bullshitting you. True that. Yeah, I have a feeling that one way or another, she's not gonna last with her current partner because she doesn't appreciate him the way that he deserves. And she's gonna go through some emotional bullshit with either her ex or somebody new. And then she's gonna realize, like, fuck, I had a good thing with my boyfriend. I had a good thing with him. He was a good guy. And she's gonna be feeling the pain, the loss. And the next time that she does find somebody who treats her the way that she deserves, she'll actually hold on to it that time because she realizes what she had last time. And maybe the new guy, she'll even feel a more intense love and intense soulmate connection with him. And so maybe it will feel different than her current boyfriend. You definitely should not be with a person just because they feel safe. Like, it shouldn't be the sole reason. I say it with utmost respect and love that you'll be totally in the wrong here for choosing your new partner just because he's safe. Girl, he ain't an antivirus. It's so funny to me. It's totally unfair to him. He deserves someone who chooses him because they absolutely want to be with him. Now coming to the X part, if you believe there are unresolved feelings, please don't shove them down. There are two things you can do. Either you explore this relationship further and see what it turns out to be, don't keep your hopes high, or you talk about your feelings with a therapist. There's only one way out of this, which is you gotta feel them. The more you try to be logical and say, oh, I'll be fine, I don't love him, but actually you do, the more you will never be able to give 100% of you to anyone, neither to yourself nor to your partner. All right, next post. My family said I should stop talking to him because of red flags. I'm new to dating, so any advice is appreciated. I, 27 female, have been talking to this guy, 31 male, for a week. We have good conversations and click well. We're meeting next weekend. I'm curious if this is like a dating app guy and this is the first time they're meeting, or if she's just saying like, we're going on another date this weekend. I talked with my dad and sister about him because this would be my first date. Oh, is this like her first date with him or first date ever? They think I should end the talking phase. Here's why. 1, controlling. He has double texted me when I don't respond for a few hours. Well, I don't think double texting in and of itself is that bad, but let's see what he says. He said, I hope the new guy makes you happy. Oh God. Or I guess my messages are invisible. Hella passive aggressive and projecting. Oh my gosh. He asked me if another guy is involved because I went out with friends last night and didn't respond. Why does, sorry, this is reminding me of a situation that I was recently in where my mind was spiraling to the worst places when a guy didn't respond. But to be fair, he's kind of not a trustworthy guy to begin with. So if I'm having those lack of trustful doubts about somebody, in that case, it was better to just cut him off in the first place because I don't feel that way about most guys. It's not like an every guy scenario that he doesn't text I'm instantly like, oh, who are you with? That was a one-off. I love how his mind instantly jumps to, you're not responding, so clearly you're entertaining somebody else. These stories always trigger me and make me think of shit that I've been through. And usually I just like shove it down, bottle it down, and then once I'm done filming, I'm like, ha. And now I'm just letting it up right now because it's very recent. But anyway, ignoring everything that I said, it's wild that like, I feel like it's assumed that if you're hanging out with friends, you're gonna be a good friend and not be on your phone. Or if you're hanging out with anybody, family, if you're busy at work, like what, there's a million reasons why you might be off your phone for many hours and it doesn't mean that you're entertaining somebody else romantically. He told me to behave myself when I went out, but said he was just joking. He's not joking. He's not joking. He's not joking. He says he's just a protective person. What's he protecting you from? Sounds like he's protecting his heart by projecting that you're entertaining other people when you're not. 2, I'm a virgin. He has 4 kids between 2 women. They think I need to find someone more on my level. It's a strange comment from your family. Like, I could get wanting someone that's on your same life path where they don't have kids. If you're someone that doesn't want to be a stepmom right now, that's totally fine and dandy. But the fact that you're a virgin, but he's had 4 kids and you need someone that's on your same level, like that's a little bit weird to me. I think the concept of virginity is just like really silly in my eyes, and that has very little to do with whether or not you're compatible with someone. Like that's just a strange comment to me from your family. 3, he is sexual, which doesn't per se offend me. I like that he's admitting he's sexually attracted to me. He said things like he wants to put a baby in me. He's already got 4 kids. That's just gross. You haven't even gone on a date with this guy and he's talking about wanting to put a baby in you. That's a massive red flag right there. Like that's disgusting. That's weird. He already has 4 kids with 2 baby mamas. Like that's just, no, okay, I can see what your parents are saying. That would just give me so much ick that I would not keep talking to him. Yeesh. Thinks I would be a good mom, likes my body, etc. He knows I'm a virgin and has discussed this a couple times. Oh, I think he likes that you're a virgin. I think probably has a fantasy about being the one to take your virginity away. Is he just like, does he just want to spread his seed everywhere? Or is he like intentionally having multiple children with multiple women? And now he wants to put a baby in you too? Like, is he the Elon Musk type where he just wants to plant his seed everywhere? Because some guys are like that, where they just, I truly don't understand this mindset, but they just want to like have babies with everybody, but not actually be that involved in raising them. They just want to carry on their legacy with tons and tons of kids. And it kind of sounds like he might be one of those guys. This is giving me such ick vibes, and that he just sees you as a sexual object and an incubator for his seed. I don't think it's fair to cut him off if he's capable of being a good partner, and I don't consider these red flags. He's looking for a serious relationship, is sweet to me, and I enjoy talking to him. Oh, honey, I don't know how to convince you if this is your first date. I don't know, ever, or with just this guy. But let's say that it's like one of your first dates ever. It sucks when you might find someone that you vibe with and you enjoy talking to them and you could see their good qualities. I know it's so hard when, human beings are multifaceted. We all have good and bad in us, and it's so easy to just focus on like, but the good is really good. Bad is also really a red flag. And sometimes you just gotta go through scenarios with people, like go through dating shitty people and then actually seeing for yourself, like, oh yeah, those were the red flags that we noted in the beginning, and then now they're becoming more glaringly obvious. And then finally you say thank you next and move on to the next guy, and then ignore the red flags again. And then you're like, oh yeah, I guess I did see those warning signs from the beginning, and then you thank you next after a few battered hearts, bruised hearts. Sometimes you gotta go through shit, and like the only way you're gonna learn is through experience. And no matter how much your family cares about you and tells you this is not a good guy and that you should move on, sometimes you just gotta experience a shitty scenario. If you're willing to listen to me and to your family, I know you enjoy talking to him and think he's sweet and everything. I'm willing to bet that sweetness is fake. It's fake just to get in your pants and have you be one of his baby mamas. There's other sweet guys though. There's other guys that you'll enjoy talking to who aren't weirdly jealous and possessive and assuming the worst when you're going on dates. Because if it's at this stage, you haven't even gone on a date yet, and he's already being like, oh, who else are you talking to? Like, it's also completely normal to be dating multiple people at once. Not how I date, as I've said many times before. It's completely acceptable and normal to be dating multiple people at once. And so the fact that you haven't even gone on a first date yet and he's getting jealous that you might potentially be entertaining somebody else is wild to me. And it's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse. You're gonna see more of the red flags come out. Because if he's not capable of hiding them this early on, there's more, and they're gonna get worse. So my advice, don't entertain this guy. You can find somebody else that you enjoy having conversations with and who will be better for a first date. I really hope you don't lose your virginity to this guy, because you deserve to lose it to somebody better. Not that the concept of virginity even fucking matters, but it seems like to you being 27 and it not having happened yet, it seems like it's probably something that you value. I could be projecting. If you just want to lose it with somebody who's cute, whatever, that's also completely fine. I'm just not getting the vibes that you're that type of person. Seems like you would get attached to him in that case. So yeah, my advice is don't go on a date with him. If you don't want to take my advice, sometimes you gotta learn the hard way. Like you're gonna learn the hard way. I really hope it doesn't turn into a long-term relationship or you being his third baby mama, and then you see what an asshole he is and why his other two relationships didn't work out. But let's see what the comments have to say. Yeah, those are red flags. Best to avoid. You should listen to your family. 1, insecurity is a flag for sure. Could be yellow, could be red, and could be the size of Texas. His shit comments make it red, and maybe not state-sized, but pretty damn big. 2, they're right. He's not only insecure, he's also irresponsible, possibly, and definitely doesn't seem like long-term relationship material. Learn from the mistakes of others, 2 of them in particular. Number 3, gross, potentially predatory. Putting a baby in you is disgusting unless you're in an established, loving, long-term relationship. Then it could just be crude humor. Nothing about what you've described sounds like he's A, capable of being a good partner, B, not a walking red flag, C, actually looking for a serious relationship, and D, isn't just taking advantage of your naivety. Ugh, yeah, that another one with her not having had much relationship experience and being a virgin. I think he definitely is preying on her naivety that he assumes she has, and based off what is written, seems like she does have lots of naivety when it comes to dating, and he's definitely preying on it, and that sucks. Okay, next post. My boyfriend, 30 male, is making me, 27 female, choose between him and my family. Which should I choose? Oof, why? I'm curious what the details are, but that's never a good sign, and you should probably choose your family. But let's see. My boyfriend has stated that he feels unappreciated when I'm with my family. I silent my phone to spend time with them. By doing so, he said that he felt abandoned. I also have a hard time saying no to my mom about things because she retaliates in a way that affects the whole family. It's like walking on eggshells around her. Oh my god, I can relate. I can relate. That's not fun. And my boyfriend noticed that and then gave me the ultimatum of either I choose my family or choose him. You can't have both? I mean, it sounds like mom is not necessarily the healthiest person, but based off this context, we don't know how severe it is. Doesn't mean you have to completely cut her out of your life necessarily. Maybe if she's like really awful, but based off the way this is written, we don't have enough context to know if she's needs to be completely cut out. So that's kind of extreme that he would have to choose. And that worries me because he himself has had a history of being emotionally abusive in the past, but a part of me owes him because we live together and he pays for most of the things. No, honey, drop the boyfriend. No, what do you mean he has a history of being emotionally abusive? To you or to like previous partners? That's like, whoa, okay. Why are you living with someone who has been emotionally abusive? And why are you living with someone who pays for most of the things? Oh my god, never, ever, 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 ever will I ever be in a relationship ever again where the man pays for most of the rent or the bills or whatever. I've been in this situation in the past where I've been financially dependent on a man, not completely, but enough where I couldn't afford to live on my own, or like in my first relationship, we paid for rent as a percentage of how much income we made, and he made a lot more income than me, so he paid for more of the rent. And I will never, ever, ever trap myself in a relationship like that ever again, because it makes it so hard to leave if things go sour, as they did in my past relationships, because you're financially tied to them. So no, never, ever find yourself in this situation is my advice. Especially if you're not married. Like, ooh, I pay for some of the bills and contribute to rent, of course, but he still feels unappreciated because he's paying for things. He feels unappreciated that he's paying for all the things and that you're not just acting exactly as like a doll abides to his every whim, or what. I don't know what it means in this context that he feels unappreciated, but this is just, you say a part of me owes him because we live together and he pays for things. Like, that's how he feels unappreciated, is like, you need to cut your family out of your life because I pay for you. Do you not see how absurd that is? Like, it's just, you don't owe him shit. You owe yourself to become financially stable and dependent on yourself, but you don't owe him anything for, like, this is not, he's not buying you. And that's such a classic manipulation tactic, is to isolate your partner from their family so that you can emotionally abuse them all kinds of wonderful ways because they don't have a support system. So not only are you financially dependent on him, but you're also completely emotionally dependent on him because he's cut you off from your family, and who knows if you'll try to cut you off from your friends next. You know, it makes it so much harder to leave a toxic, abusive relationship when you don't have a support system anymore, and it sounds like that's what he's trying to do to you. If you were in my shoes, what would you choose? All answers are welcome. Leave your boyfriend. That's what I would choose. This is a ridiculous ultimatum of choosing between him and the family, and I would choose your family, even if your mom is not perfect. It doesn't matter. Like, it's just, there's no reason why you would have to choose between the two. Clearly, he's giving you a million signs why you should not choose him. Okay, let's read the comments. Whenever someone forces a choice, obviously not including things like affair partners, things of that nature, choose against them because it will never be a one-off. OP responds, what do you mean by a one-off? And someone replies, this isn't the last thing he will make you choose. Exactamundo, somebody else says. When I'm faced with an ultimatum, I always choose the people/person who didn't give me one. Ultimatums are about control, not about concern or love for you. Your mom might be toxic. However, that isn't resolved in a relationship through an ultimatum. It's resolved by having a supportive partner who lets you process and make choices on your own and do what's best for you. And someone else says, I'd pair with this. If I ever feel like I need to present a me or them ultimatum, relationship is not meant for me. It seems like you need to choose yourself. Dump the boyfriend and go low contact with mom. Exactly. It's not like you have to choose one or the other to resolve the walking on eggshells relationship with your mom. Like, there's other solutions, and that might be a component of it, is ditching both of them. Who knows? It depends on all the rest of the details with the mother, but based off what she's written, sounds like she potentially could use, at the very least, some space from her. Okay, on to the last post. For this one, we're going to be reading a post on the love subreddit, talking about someone appreciating the relationship and the positives of love so that we can raise our vibes after reading all of these very dramatic, low vibe stories that make us all feel jaded in love. I want to give us optimism and hope and focus on the positives of love and how good relationships do exist. Not sure what's going on, but I feel like a teenager in love. My husband and I are in our 30s and have been married for a little over a decade. I've always loved him, but lately I feel like I'm just head over heels for him like when we were younger. My stomach gets butterflies and I almost feel sick just from thinking about him, like the jitters you get before you meet up with a new boyfriend. When we're in a room together, I can feel the electricity between us, almost like a magnet just pulling us together. During Thanksgiving, I couldn't help looking at him from across the room and doing little things to catch his attention. I think he feels it too, as he's been very vocal about wanting me, and any chance he gets, he'll come up and touch me or kiss me. He's always been more affectionate than me, but lately it's been taken up several notches. I've caught him several times staring at me, checking me out, and looking love-struck, complimenting and asking why I'm moving a certain way, and why I'm teasing him when to me I'm just going about doing my normal chores. I don't know what's going on with us, but I hope this feeling stays. That's so lovely. Hearing that after being married for over a decade and they're in their 30s, that these like honeymoon feelings can bubble up again. That's so sweet. And it's kind of a testament to show how relationships go through ebbs and flows. Like, I'm sure they've also had rough patches over the decade of their relationship. Proof that relationships don't have to be boring as time goes on, that you can still have these like lovely moments and the butterflies and heartfelt feelings and the romance and the tension and magnetic feelings towards each other. Like those don't have to completely die after a decade. And this feeling, now she said she hopes the feeling stays. I'm almost certain they're gonna go through more ups and downs. I bet you that they can continue having this feeling bubble up multiple times throughout their relationship. And I love that. I love reading that. I love reading that this is how you can feel after a decade together. It's just so sweet, so cute, so romantic, so sexy. So just all the beautiful things that you want out of romance, out of love. Let's read some of the comments. My wife and I have been together for 25 years, married 24. Just recently, we've experienced this exact same thing. We've always been close, but wow, so happy for you. These are the stories that this old world needs to hear. Keep it up, lovebirds. So OP's not the only one that experiences this after a decade, or after 2.5 decades of being married. This other commenter is experiencing the same thing. This is a lesson. If you have been with someone for years and it feels like just boring and dry and the love isn't there, and you're just like, oh, I guess this is what love is after many years. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. You can feel the butterflies and the honeymoon feelings in your relationship even decades down the line. Of course, it's probably not going to feel that way all the time. There's probably going to be periods of time where it's boring, periods of times where it's low and you're like, what the fuck's going on? I hope for everyone that it's balanced out with those highs where you feel like you're a teenager in love again. And on that note, we'll end this episode here. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want to check out the tea on even more people's love lives, then you can watch another episode of the Libra Love Lounge right over here. But until next time, I'm sending you so much love. Bye.